Hey everybody, it's Lisa here with Lisa Marie Accounting again. I am going live again. Yay! It's been a while, but I actually have something really important I want to talk about. I'm not going to be long because I have to go and pick up my girls soon from school. But today I'm going to talk about the 5 reasons why as an entrepreneur you should budget. Yeah, I said the B word. But you know, the budget doesn't have to actually be a bad thing. I want you to look at it kind of differently. I want you to look at it as a way for you to be in control of where your money goes. So therefore you're empowered. I use it as a tool for my business, and literally I have it in a folder. And it, I look at it and it stays with me. And the reason why is because it gives me that empowerment, and I can see the cash flow and I can see those things. So there's 5 top reasons why I believe as an entrepreneur we should all budget. And the first reason is because it allows you to set and reach financial goals. And what I mean by that is there are things we want to do in our business. For example, last year, when it was my first full year being full-time, I wanted to hire a VA. I wanted to hire other team members. Well, I wasn't quite there yet, right? Because I just started. Well, the only way I was actually going to get there was to know what was going on with my numbers and be able to plan. And so having that budget, I was able to actually say, okay, this is where I'm at. These are what my expenses are. And now I can set financial goals. Excuse me. And I was able to reach them. Not only now do I have one team member, I have several. I have an online business manager who basically is in charge of all my social media. I have an event coordinator. I have someone who helps me with some other things. So I have like 3 or 4. And to be honest, they're an intricate part. So I would have never got to that if I wouldn't have been able to actually see those numbers and have that budget and be able to set those goals. I have another goal. I want to hire someone to clean my house. Even though I work from home, juggling all of that, it's hard, right? So in order to do that, I need to see where I'm at and what I want to do, what I need to do to get to where I want to be. So I can't just go, okay, go and hire someone to clean my house, or say I want to hire, I don't know, a personal chef or whatever, whoever it is you want to hire. If you want to hire a coach, if you're wanting to join a mastermind, if you're wanting to go on a trip, you still need to know what your numbers are and where you're at in order to set goals. You can try to do it without the numbers, but I can pretty much guarantee you're going to go back to that. And so it allows you to reach those goals. And think about how empowering you feel when you actually do reach those goals. When you go through and you reach those goals that you've set, you feel even more empowered. And I promise that budget doesn't have to be a bad thing. In all honesty, it's a really good thing. And it can continue to be a good thing. The second reason why I think as entrepreneurs we should budget as entrepreneurs is it allows you to look for ways to even out the highs and lows in your finances. Now, what in the hell do you mean, Lisa? Basically, your cash flow. Okay. There are so many businesses, online entrepreneurs included, that because they don't monitor their cash flow, I don't care if it's in the month, oh, I was profitable, I made a profit, but because they didn't monitor their cash flow, they screw themselves. So you're gonna have a lull, right? Well, budgeting allows you to see when a lot of your expenses are going out and when not as many are going out. I can tell you that my biggest expenses are at the first of the month. Okay, the first of the month is where majority of my expenses happen. I know that a big, huge chunk goes out. Middle of the month is really, it's not, it's good. So that tells me, okay, this is how my cash flow is going to work. At the beginning of the month, when this money comes in, it's basically going out. And in the middle of the month, this is where my cash flow is going to look. And knowing those highs and lows allows you, again, to make plans and also be able to say, okay, this is when I can do this. And during this time, I might need to do this instead, or how can I actually increase the cash flow during this time so it's not as stressful, which again, you can't do that unless you know those numbers, right? Excuse me. The third reason, and don't get me wrong, okay? We all have this, so don't get mad. It sheds light on bad spending habits. And all of us at one point in time have them, okay? And this is whether it's personal or business. I have some clients that I worked with, and they'll actually be the first to agree. They have bad spending habits. You want me to tell you what their bad spending habits were? Amazon. Because Amazon was so easy. You do a one-click purchase. They were purchasing books, and it was all for business. It was legit, but they literally did not realize how much money they were spending. And when they sat down to do the budget and they saw how much they were spending on Amazon, they were shocked. And that's when we said, okay, how much money are we going to allot? And then we added that to the budget so that they weren't spending $400 or $500, and they were instead spending $100 or $150, because we do need continuing education things. We do need office supplies, and it's easy as online entrepreneurs just to click it and order it from Amazon and have it shipped here and be done with it. But you still need to be mindful of it. And so having a budget, and again, if it's a spending, but if it's a personal budget, I can't begin to tell you how that helps. Okay, if it's your personal finances, you will be surprised how much fast food you will cut out, how much gas station trips you'll cut out, because there's $9 here, $6 here, and you start adding that all up, and it racks up, and you end up realizing, holy crap, that's where the extra $150 went. It went to, yes, Crochet, Amazon is so easy, right? Do you know I disabled my one-click? I actually made myself go in and disable my one-click buy. So now I cannot just one-click buy. And I did that because I was spending way too much on Amazon, okay? I had Amazon Prime, so I get free 2-day shipping, but I was spending way too much money. So I disabled my one-click. So now I can't purchase that way. And I did that so that I got the control back, and it wasn't quite as easy. I actually have to go through a couple of other steps in order to buy something. But doing the budget, it sheds that light. It lets you see what your spending habits are, see if you're actually overspending in a certain area, and it sheds light on those bad spending habits. It also sheds light on if you are paying for something that you've totally forgot you're paying for and you're no longer using. And again, that's business or personal. I can't begin to tell you how many times I have, and I still do it. For example, before I went to CoSchedule, I'm no longer using CoSchedule, but before I went to CoSchedule, I had Buffer. I had it for, I think, 3 years. I literally forgot that I was still paying for it, and for 6 months, I'd never used it. It was $10 a month. That's $60 a month, people. Okay, it adds up. $10 isn't much, but you'd be surprised how many people I've worked with, they've had several things. So the first thing we do is we look, and if we're not using it, we cancel it. Okay, I now monitor mine literally every 30 days, and I'm making sure if there's something on there I'm not using, I get rid of it. And again, it's because you don't want money going out if you're not actually utilizing the thing. So it lets you see where the money's going, and you're able to say, okay, you know what, I'm not using that anymore. Or holy crap, I'm spending way too much on Amazon, or Wayfair, or IKEA is another one. Those different places, you know, if you're, because in today's world it's become so easy to buy online, you have to be mindful of where you're actually spending your money. You know what I mean? And doing that, putting a budget and actually creating the budget and looking at it will actually give you the tool for you to have that control back, and then say, okay, you know what? No. Crochet said, yes, girl, good for you. I had to, Crochet. You'd be surprised. I mean, this was years ago or a couple of years ago that I did it. Well, actually, yeah, it's a year ago. You'd be surprised how it was bad. It was bad, and I didn't even realize it. And once I did, I was like, holy crap, no, we need to disable this. But it sheds light. And then once you make those changes, so that you have that control back, we talk about it all the time, but I cannot explain the empowerment you feel. Okay, I am empowered every single day because I know what's going on with my numbers and I'm in control of it. And I don't know about you, but that's a really awesome feeling. At least for me, it is. I think for a lot of women entrepreneurs, it would be as well. The fourth reason, it allows you to plan for future spending. See, I didn't take spending out altogether. Okay, you actually plan for it. Okay, so for example, I had a live earlier doing an interview, and we were talking about how you sass up traveling, sass up your events with traveling. Well, that's something you have to plan, right? So say, for example, for me, I want to actually do two, I call them continuing education, but not so much, but like personal development, business trips next year. I want to add two more in. So retreats. So in order to do that, I have to plan, okay? And being able to actually plan now allows it to be easier because one, you can spread the month payments out, and you can actually allocate how much you want to put up for that. And it makes it a lot easier to actually be able to go to the business events or business retreats that you want to go on. And so it allows you for that future spending. So I have a client who needs a brand new printer. Hers died on her. She's got to have it. So those are things that happen. Well, if we plan for some of the other things that she needs, then she's able to go, okay, you know, she can get a printer. I have another lady who needs something else, she wants this office chair, I think it is. Yeah, she wants this really cool ergonomic office chair. It's not cheap. And so what we've done is we've planned for it. And we basically allocated in her budget so much money put up for that so that she can get it. And we allocated it for 6 months. So basically for 6 months, she saved up for it. And 6 months will actually be up this month. So at the end of this month, she's going to go be able to go get that chair. So planning for that spending is a huge thing. Another example is I'm going to be doing an intensive, and there are things I had to plan for because I'm spending money, because it does cost money to plan for in order for that to happen. Again, if I didn't know my numbers, I can't plan for that future spending. You can't plan for those things that are coming up. So that's a big thing. The last thing, and y'all, this is the biggest in my opinion, okay? Peace of mind. Budgeting gives you a peace of mind. And how? Because you know what the hell is going on with your numbers. And when I say budgeting, I don't mean just your expenses. I mean, you know what? What income do you have coming in? List it out. Y'all, I list my income out every month because it changes. I have a 6-month program. If people end on that 6-month program, it ends, that money comes off. Well, if I didn't look at it every month, we get into an everyday cycle. Sometimes we forget, oh crap, all of a sudden you've got 3 clients who are done with your 6-month program. If your 6-month program is $500 a month and you've got 3 people are done, guess what you just lost? $1,500 in income. If you see that and you have the notes and you know when those are going to end and you're actually looking at it, you again can plan for it. You can launch or open up spaces. Example, I opened up 2 spaces for Pay Me First because I have 2 people who are done and they're going to be going in a couple of months. So I'm opening up 2 spots now so that I have time to bring in 2 more people so that my income isn't fluctuating so much so that it hurts. Again, knowing those things gives you a huge, huge peace of mind. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't like being stressed. And I don't like stressing about money. It's a huge stressor, whether it's personal or business. We stress a lot, especially as women. We stress a lot about money, and having a budget will give you that peace of mind because you know, okay, these are the non-negotiables. These expenses have to be paid. You don't have a choice in the matter. They're just, you have to have them in order to operate your business. And then you have other ones that you fit in. Okay, well, if there's a tight month, you go, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do $400 in advertising this month. I'm only going to do $150 because, hey, right now the income's not quite there. So you're able to look and adjust, but you can't do that if you don't have a budget. So you'd be surprised how all of a sudden, again, that cash flow, all of a sudden there's not as much, and you're trying to figure out where in the hell the money went. And having a budget and just having it on a piece of paper. I have it on the computer, and then I'm gonna be honest, I print it every month. I have it in a folder, and I look at it. I make it a habit to look at it at least once a week, and to compare and make sure. Again, we live in an electronic world. One of the reasons why I check my bank account is not to sit there and, oh, I don't have no money. It's actually to make sure that the money that says was paid has been deposited, because banks do make mistakes. People make mistakes. Shit happens. I don't know how else to put it. So you want to be able to monitor that and make sure when something says, hey, we deposited money, just quick look. Yep, money's there. Cool. And then I go and I check it off and say, okay, that paid. And then it lets me know how much more money I've got coming in for the rest of the month, because now I know who's paid me and who still needs to pay me. And then I'm able to look at the operating budget and go, okay, this is where I'm looking at, this is where I'm at. It gives you that peace of mind, because then you can go, you know what, I'm good. Okay, I can go ahead and do this. You know what? I need to go ahead and plan and open up a couple of spots. You're just able to make more sound business decisions. You're able to have a peace of mind. So, yep, there was a CC error today. See, exactly. Yeah, I cannot explain to you. Okay, my husband, perfect example. He stopped something 6 months ago, and they had a charge on there a month ago, and at first he didn't catch it. And then he went back and he went, holy crap, these people owe me $55. And I was like, see, that's the reason why you look. I mean, because you catch the stuff immediately. I don't mean go and look, oh, I don't have, and just like overanalyze it. Just take a quick look. People, we have our phones on us at all times. Majority of the banks have mobile apps. I go in, I look, I see the money's there. I look to see what's come out. Yep, those expenses come out. I check them off my sheet, and then I go about my business. Sometimes if I'm making plans, I'll look to see what the balance is. I'll see what money's coming in, and then I do figuring to make sure I'm okay to do what I'm trying to plan for, whether it's a launch or advertising or hiring, whatever. Those things, numbers come in handy, and just being able to actually look and then look at your sheets and know what the hell's going on and making sure that errors aren't happening is a big, huge thing. Because I mean, sometimes credit cards take double. I mean, I had a client who had a double payment come out, and we called it immediately because I do her books and it was showing up, and I went, whoa, somebody took out an extra $500. And we were able to catch it immediately. Again, that wouldn't have happened if we weren't looking at those numbers as consistently as we do. So I can't stress it enough. So peace of mind is my biggest reason why you should have a budget. So those are my 5 reasons. So I have a huge thing happening tomorrow. Most of you know. If you don't know, make sure you pay attention to the email list. If you're on the email list, make sure you pay attention to the business page and personal page, because it's going to be posted pretty much everywhere. I'm launching my intensive that is going to be held in Canada on October the 23rd. But there is a bonus being added for the first few days. So make sure you check it out, because I promise it's well worth it. So if you've got any questions about budgeting, or if you have any questions about anything else, business expenses, how to look at certain things, how to start the budgeting, please private message me, hit me up. I will gladly give you some advice and kind of point you in the right direction. It's my jam, it's what I do, and I happen to love it. So I'm a little strange that way, but I do. I honest to goodness can help you make numbers sassy and sexy. It's fun. So thank you. Y'all have an awesome day. Awesome long weekend. It's the holiday weekend here. Woohoo! No school on Monday. My girls are like tickled pink happy already, and they've only been to school a week. So y'all have an awesome weekend, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.